Good afternoon and welcome back to Russell Does Stuff. My name is Russell and I work 6 days a year. Just kidding. I work Mondays for 6 hours. I work Tuesday for 6 hours, and whenever I don't get done, I'll finish up on Wednesday. I may do some extra work coming up on Friday for about an hour or so. I have my tree company that I hire, that I work with, doing a big tree job right now for me, and was at my friend, the lawyer Jeff Rapkin's office today, hanging out with him and offering my support, because he's dealing with stage 4 cancer right now, and that's pretty scary. And I forgot that my guys were out doing a big tree job today, and I found out when the manager that I work for at this facility called me and said, "Hey, you know, tell your guys don't forget to do the clump of trees over there." And I went, "Oh, they're out there working today, so that's a good thing, making money, and you're not even realizing you're making money." Today, this video is about the truth about starting a business. I don't like sitting like that. I get anxious and nervous sometimes when I'm videoing myself, and it's part of the deal. We're all human, so we start moving around and twitching and stuff, and so I'm trying to sit still and do something with my hands. Truth about starting a business. Are you prepared to start a business? When I started my business, this lawn care landscaping business, I wasn't prepared to start this business. I quit. I was working for someone else, and he screwed me over one too many times, and I quit. I got into my truck about 7 in the morning, drove away into the sunrise. I was not prepared to start the business that I'm in. I didn't have equipment. I didn't have infrastructure. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. Okay, I had a broom and a few other things, and that was it. I was not prepared for anything. Wasn't prepared for the journey. Didn't have any customers. I didn't have a business plan. I had nothing. And it's amazing I've got as far as I've gotten starting a business like I did. Normally I plan and I prepare, like the aluminum business I bought. I gave the company I was working at 2 weeks notice. I knew something about the company. I was in talks with the owner. I knew what tools I was getting and what horrible employees I was getting with the business, etc. Okay. With the business I'm in now, I didn't have any of that information. Okay. So I had to come up with a plan. I had to pivot. I had to figure this out. I had to use everything I had learned with my past business experience and apply it as soon as possible. Like right away. Okay. Winston, what are you looking at? Come here, Winston. What are you looking at? It's fixing to rain, like cats and dogs and kittens. And I had to apply everything that I had learned like lightning speed. I had no choice. I didn't have any other options. So my back was against the wall. Okay. No plan, no nothing. This affected everything because it took a good 6 months to get things really up and running. Okay. I didn't start out with any customers, so I had to get customers. And I had to get customers in a way that I had never gotten customers before. The businesses that I bought that were already running had customer base, okay? The cabinet shop, since I had other businesses that could support the cabinet shop I started, I could get customers differently. I could put a sandwich board out front and get people into the shop. The sandwich board advertised everything that I was offering, and I was blessed by being on a main road, okay? And making a bunch of money at first wasn't an issue because the other two companies could support that business in its startup phase, okay? I didn't have that liability with the lawn care landscaping business that I started, okay? So I didn't have anything worked out in my mind. So I had to pivot and think of something fast, which was I had to start cold calling people. I rode around on a bicycle knocking on doors, okay? Knocking on doors, I didn't get any customers from doing that. Handing out flyers, I didn't get any customers from doing that. Alex Formosi, he mailed like flyers in the mail, like 100 flyers. He didn't, if I'm standing corrected, he didn't get any customers from that. You need to knock on thousands of doors and send out thousands of flyers. And maybe you'll get one customer. And then that one customer might pay for your flyers. This decision I made to not go look for another job and to start a business affected a few people in my life. I had a girlfriend at the time, it affected her. I was raising my daughter by myself, that affected her. Dad no longer has a job, okay? Dad's gonna start a business. And my daughter's smart, and she was probably looking at me like, you're an idiot. You know, you've never had a lawn care landscaping business like the outfit you just quit. And if you want to be like the outfit that you just quit, forget it, all right? This guy had been in business for 25 years. You know, he had a solid, functioning business with backup, with employees, with plans, with processes, with infrastructure. They weren't happy about my decision to do that, okay? So I had that negativity and I had that battle going on. So I had a lot of stuff going on, okay? And I was trying to maintain a positive mental attitude, okay? When I was married the first time, my wife wasn't happy about me starting a cabinet business, buying a bed liner spraying business, and buying an aluminum business. They wanted me to have a stable job and bring home a steady check. How boring is that? Her family, and they didn't share my desire to be an uncommon man, okay? All I knew was blue collar work, you know? That was what I was good at, blue collar work. Was the aluminum business a good fit for me? Yes and no, all right? I could use tools and stuff. I wasn't the best guy on the tape measure. My math skills weren't very good. In aluminum work, you have to learn how to measure. And you know, aluminum, you can't stretch it once you cut it wrong. So it was kind of a good fit for me, okay? The cabinet shop was probably a better fit for me because I've got carpentry and some of those skills in my background, okay? Aluminum is just like wood, except it's aluminum. You still have to cut it, you know, in some cases with the same tools you cut wood with, all right? So it was an okay fit for me, okay? I had some experience in the lawn business, in the landscaping business, because that was my current job, okay? And I had done that business in the past when I was a little boy. And as a teenager, I did that type of business in another capacity for a large enterprise company. Okay, and their name, part of their name is Blank Enterprises. Okay, my goal back then was to have an enterprise, be enterprising. Russell Does Stuff Enterprises. Just the sound of it was, wow, Haven't become an enterprise yet. The truth about starting a business. It's tough. There's a lot of things you need to think about. Do you have money saved up? Do you have the good, bad, and the ugly plan drawn up? Who's supporting you? People aren't supporting you in your dreams and your wants. You get rid of them. Okay? Don't let anybody stand in the way of something you want to do. All right? That's why I broke up with that girlfriend. She was standing in my way. Before you quit your job, start this business up in your spare time. Don't tell anybody at your current job what you're doing. Never, ever tell anybody that you're starting up a business unless it's a potential customer or your wife, maybe your girlfriend, okay? And maybe your kids, all right? But be prepared for all the, the doubting and the negativity and all that stuff that goes with it, all right? That's the truth, But when you have success and you've succeeded, everybody wants to be around you and stuff. They have a different attitude when you're successful. The attitude's different when you're just starting. So, well, this is Russell with Russell Does Stuff. And if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe, hit the like button. That helps the channel out an awful lot. And I'd really appreciate it. And if you like this video, I've done some other videos on sales and some of the things I've done in my life, in my businesses, that have made me successful and allowed me to have control over my life. Okay? So, until the next one, this is Russell.